Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me with another recipe video. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be making chicken pelau, Trini style, my version of it. And it's quick, it's easy, it's all going to be done in one pot. So come on, guys, let's get started. Okay, guys, so let's walk through the ingredients that you'll need to make a chicken pelau. So to start, you're going to need chicken of choice. I'm using chicken legs. Don't mind the bowl. I was actually making garlic, and rather than making my blended garlic, and rather than using another bowl, you use this one. It already has all the garlic and stuff in it. So that's chicken. You're gonna also need pigeon peas. I've drained, I've rinsed out and left it in the can. Coconut milk. That's my garlic that I made. And then carrots. I cut them into 2 different sizes. As you can see here, it's really up to your preference. I'm using a cup of rice. In terms of seasonings, like dry seasoning, I'm going to use my vegetable blend along with my liquid blend, salt and pepper. And then I have the garlic water that I was using to make my garlic. Instead of using plain water, I'm going to use that. I have ginger powder, the Superior Dark soy sauce, and Worcestershire sauce. So let's get ready to season our meat. Oh, and I almost forgot, guys. Most important. I have onions, pimento peppers, half a hot pepper. I'm going to use a little bit of ketchup and green seasoning. How can I forget those important ingredients? So now, let's season our meat. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start off with my vegetable seasoning, just because it's right in front of me. A couple of dashes of that. Use your own discretion. Some Worcestershire, just a couple dashes. Black pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of salt, not too much, because I am going to be adding soy sauce, and then I will add more salt as I cook. So this is ginger powder. I have to buy some more fresh ginger. So I'm going to put some sprinkle of that in there, along with my homemade garlic that I mince up myself. I'm going to go in with probably like 2 tablespoons. And then the pepper, thyme, all into the bowl. Simple enough so far, right, guys? Along with a squeeze of ketchup, not too much. And of course, green seasoning. I'm going to put 3 spoons of that. We don't want to make it use too much and then it overpowers it. And then I'm going to go in with my Superior Dark soy sauce. I like mine to be a little bit darker. That's why I put a little bit extra. Like this. Then get in there with your hands. Okay, guys? You can always wash your hands afterwards. Get in there with your hands. Massage it. Get everything all incorporated, all married together, and let it marinate for as long as you so choose. If you want to cook this right away, you cook it right away. If you want to let it sit for half an hour so that your chicken is nicely marinated, then you do that too. So I'm going to let mine sit for about half an hour, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to continue the process with you. Stay tuned, guys. And just like that, guys, we're ready to start cooking. The magic of time. So, in a big pot, I've put some oil to heat up. Not too much oil. You don't need too much oil to heat up, as I'm going to brown my sugar. And I'm going to be using a tablespoon of brown sugar that I'm going to put into the pot to start melting. Just like the stew chicken video, guys. By the end of this, you guys will be pros at melting sugar. Those who watch the video. thank you. To everyone who has taken that time out to come back and watch my videos, to put those comments underneath my video, I truly appreciate you. I do see the struggle in getting subscribers and stuff like that. So those of you who are here, are my true ride or dies, I want to thank you so much for subscribing and taking a chance with me. You guys are amazing. And like we do, we're going to want to stir up that brown sugar to help it along the process. Once the sugar starts to change in color, and you see that because I'm using brown, it will turn into look like kind of like foamy-ish. And that's what you want, because we're not looking for it to taste sweet, but rather get the coloring from the sugar. You see here it's starting to change, so it's foamy looking-ish. And just when it gets a little bit more darker before it turns black, because then it's burned, you have to start over, we're going to put in our chicken. You see now, right at this moment, you see the dark, nice, rich color. I'm going to go in with my chicken. Try to get it evenly. We're going to want to cover that for 2 seconds. The reason we cover it right away is so that when you go in to turn it, the sugar isn't going to stick to your spoon, because it's going to release its own liquid, and then that side of the chicken is going to get a really nice coloring. So you want to leave this covered for like 2 minutes at the most. All right, it's been 2 minutes. See that liquid that's coming off the lid? You want that. You want to go ahead and give it a turn. And you see there's no sugar sticking to my spoon. At this time, I'm going to go in with my carrots. The bowl that had my meat in it, I poured the garlic water in, because we're going to need liquid for this, guys. And what better? So the garlic water I put into this bowl, just so that I can get all the scrapings, the seasonings that I season my meat with, are all in there. Didn't discard that. I have washed my rice. Mix that all together. Now this is something you can put on your stove. It's kind of like a set and minimal watching once you got everything in the pot ready to go, which is great. So I'm using 1 cup of brown parboiled rice that has been washed. I'm going to go in with that right away. I'm going to mix it up. I know I had a viewer that was concerned about my shirt catching fire, and one thing you guys have to remember is the pot and even that tawa that I was using that day is actually bigger than my stove top in itself. So don't worry about me, guys. I'm really okay. If I'm not, make sure someone calls 911, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and put in my liquid. Along with my can of pigeon peas. If you're using fresh pigeon peas, you're going to want to leave it, you're going to want to boil it ahead of time before you put it in here, because it can take, like, it will be hard, whereas mine's is canned, so it's soft. I'm adding it in now. And the only other thing I'm going to do at this time, and guys, this is the way I do it. If you do it differently, then please share your recipe down below. I'm open to it. I'm adding some coconut milk. And then I'm gonna let this come to a boil. Now, like I said in the beginning, I like my pelau to have a lot of color. I like my stewed chicken to have a lot of color when I'm cooking it. And I'm using ingredients that I have relatively available at home, because I don't wanna have to run out and get anything. So, I'm gonna let that come up to a boil. And when it does, I will bring you back. Okay? Okay. let's give it a check. It's only been probably about 5 minutes and it's already come up to a boil. I just wanted to let you guys know that I still have some coconut milk, probably about that much left in the can, that I'm going to save, because as the rice starts cooking, you're going to notice it's going to get thicker and the water is going to evaporate. Now, if your rice is not done before all your liquid evaporates, you're going to want to add some more water until the rice is at the right consistency of your liking. At this time, I'm going to put down my heat to medium, just because I want this to cook slowly so that the rice gets cooked and is at that texture that I like. I am going to cover it back. I'm going to let this cook together. Pelau normally takes about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how much liquid and how soft you like your rice. Because I'm using chicken legs, they're going to cook in no time. So about 35-45 minutes. So I will come and check back with you to show you guys the progress. You know how I do. So stay tuned. Okay guys, this is just a midway check to show you guys how it's coming along. This is what I was talking about, where the liquid is evaporating. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of the coconut milk. Because as you can see, the rice is cooking nicely, but it's not done yet to my liking. I don't like my rice hard, I like my rice soft. And as you can see, the chicken is cooking nicely. A way that you can tell is you can see that the bone is starting to show and stuff. So everything is coming together nicely. You want to add salt to taste. Go along. And even though the coconut milk now is finished, I still feel like that the rice needs more time. Just add a little bit of water to this. As you can see, there's still some residue of coconut milk in there. So I'm going to put rinse out this can with half the milk that's, the residue that's left in there. I'm going to fill up half the can with water and set it aside just in case I want to add more water. Okay guys, so this is a crucial time for it. So it's only been probably like less than 5 minutes, and as you can see, even the coconut milk has evaporated, and the rice is not the tenderness that I want. So I did fill up water into the can. I'm going to pour that all in there because it will evaporate fairly quickly. After that, I'm pretty confident it will be done. After this water, the last set of water that I've added in evaporates. This time I'm going to go ahead and just throw in some salt. Mix. Cover it. So within the next, I'm going to say 10 to 15 minutes on medium heat, this should be done. Okay, so it's that time. The rice, nice and soft, not mushy at all. Still has texture. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. If you want yours more dry, you can leave it on low for a little bit longer, keeping a really close eye on it because you don't want it to stick. And as you can see, the bottom of my pan is not sticking, which is what I like. And then, last but not least, let's garnish. So I am just going to garnish with some green onions on the top. Like so, like that. I want to give you guys a better close-up. Doesn't that look so delicious? Get it even closer, guys. Yum. So here we are at the ending of the video. I just took out a little bit to sample because me and Nellie will eat together. So this is the pelau, steaming hot from on the stove. As you guys can see, that steam. let's do a taste test, shall we? Let's just try the rice for now with a piece of carrot and pigeon peas. It is super hot, so you gotta be careful. Really good, guys. Really hot too. Like steamy wise from on the stove. Let's have a look at this chicken, shall we? It's hard to do this with one hand. Here's a piece of the chicken. You want to mix it with the rice. Chicken is cooked all the way through, full of so much flavor. I really hope you guys try this out. For those who are not from the Caribbean countries, give it a go. One pot, keep an eye on it. Simple ingredients. You can soup it up if you like. Have whatever you like. Tastes so delicious. So good, guys. So, thank you for those who've made it to the very end of this video. Love you. And until next time, guys. Bye.